Okay, so here we are yet with another tutorial which is going to cover holographic and sci-fi glowing effects for wireframe of the model. So let's jump right in. First off, you want to adjust the Windows layout in Maya to avoid any confusion we might come across. So go ahead and open the Hypershades window and dock it to the bottom of the scene. And also get rid of the materials menu and property editor and finally clear the graph. Now to get started, select your desired mesh and press tab key on your keyboard and search for AI Mix Shader to assign it to your selected mesh. After that, search for AI Wireframe Shader and connect the red channel of its color to the Mix property in the AI Mix Shader, as it's going to serve us as a mask. Next, we're gonna need an AI wireframe surface to control the material of our wireframe, which needs to be connected to the shader 1. And finally, we're gonna need a third material on shader 2 property, which is representing the base material for the entire mesh. Up next, select your base or background material and set up your textures, which in this case I only change the color and metalness. And make certain you've renamed all the materials properly to avoid any disorientation. After that, go to your wireframe shader and change the edge type to polygons, as the edge density is crucial for this effect. Up next, go to the wireframe color material and head over to code submenu to select the color for it. Don't forget to crank up the weight all the way up to 1. To get some holographic effect, go on and increase the metalness. And to make it a bit more vibrant, you can also use ramp node to give it a gradient color. Now keep in mind that the ramp node mainly relies on the UV of your mesh. You can also use presets color for your ramp, which are rather set up manually. And also feel free to change the type and interpolation parameters as you see fit. Finally, to have a see-through effect for our mesh, head over to base or background material, go to the geometry submenu and set the opacity all the way down to black. Now this was the holographic effect, and to move on to sci-fi below me lighting effect, select the wireframe color material, disable the cold by setting its weight to 0, go to the emission submenu and choose a bluish color for your emission. Never break, always fight, never quit, do it right, play the game, win it life, have no shame, there's no time. After that, head over to render view and under add imager, select optics denoiser as well as the lens effects. Tap on the lens effects to open its property. You can control the exposure by strength slider and distribution of the effect by threshold slider. Now, I recommend you to play around these parameters to get your artistic goal, and also bear in mind that all of these parameters are post-process effects that have no impacts on your render time. It's also worth mentioning that you can animate all of these parameters and render it on original mesh with its textures, or even separately and do the compositions later on. Since I tried to keep this tutorial short, I skip all of the animation features.
but if you wish to know more about them, just let me know.
Like memories after death, to be a legend instead of something you can forget. I'm living up every breath, I'd rather lead than be led. I'll fill the seats as I spread, with every word that I've said.
Oh, I forgot to mention, if you want your model's back faces to be more visible, just switch your render device to CPU instead of GPU. But this way you have to reduce the lens effect, cause as I mentioned earlier, the edge density is playing a key role in this process. And as a final tip, beware that the ramp node is also available for your model's emission color, so enjoy it, and stay tuned for the upcoming tutorials. Thank you all.